All right, we are officially ready to kick this baby off. We have our April's Road to 100K roadmap update, and I might sound a little different today. That's because I ended up getting the cold that my wife gave me from traveling. So thank you, honey. I appreciate that. But anyway, we're going to get through it. So we are going to be sharing everything in this detailed report. It's pretty good, actually. It's a really good report. Some of the numbers are down, but the revenue is up, which is pretty interesting. So we're going to kind of break that all down for you. And we will, walk through the numbers, but also talk about a few things that we've kind of, figured out this last April or this last month. And we're going to kind of let you know what we're going to be doing moving forward as far as what we've been kind of learning and testing. And there's actually one title that we used in April, which was a repurposed title from one of our other outlier titles. And it wasn't the exact thing, but there was a word in it that we used. And it's one of our best performers for April. And we've also got quite a few other videos that are still trucking along, bringing in quite a bit of views. So that's pretty exciting. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to dive right in, but let us know right now. Is this your first live stream with us? Let us know that right now. And that way there we can see who's been here before and who hasn't. And yeah, and if you guys have any questions, drop them in there. And we are going to be following, if you guys are brand spanking new and you're following along, we are going to be going through what we call our 100K YouTube creators roadmap. And that's basically what we are following to build this channel, but it's also what I have been using for the last 15 plus years. And I've distilled it down into 3 different steps, 3 different phases. And it's the attention, which is the A, the R is relationship, and then M is the money. And we're going to be going through that here today. But if you would like a copy of that, it's 18 pages. If you haven't already grabbed a copy, I strongly recommend that you do. Just put 100K in the comments and we'll go ahead and we'll send you a copy of that. All right. Absolutely free. So just put 100K in the comments and we'll send it to you. David says, first time here. Awesome. Glad to have you. All right, cool. So Scotty, you ready to rock and roll? You ready to do this? Can't hear you. Yeah.
How about now?
There you go.
Said I think I'm a little better than you right now. I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. That's I don't call in sick to work. I just kind of go. So here we go. All right, let's go ahead and let's open her up. Let me go ahead and switch this over, and I am going to be sharing this one right here. And oh, that's actually not the one I want to share. But let's see here. It's this one right here. All right, cool. So I'm just going to kind of walk through it. And again, if this is your first income report that you're kind of visiting and you're following along, welcome. But as you can see right here, we've been doing this since September because we were monetized. We finally got out of, yeah, I can't even talk today. We were monetized in August. And so this was our first month. So you can see right here, $182.52 in AdSense. And if I scroll across here, you can see there was nothing else in these columns. All right. So these are our monthly. So if we're looking at this, our best month right now was in December. Okay. 216,092 monthly views. And it's gone down just about every month. But the interesting thing is our revenue hasn't. And we're going to explain why that is. Now, we're okay with, I mean, yes, we would like more views, obviously, but we also have done a few things where we're strategically going after a little bit of a different part of the market. So some of our videos have not been reaching the original audience that we were going after, and there's more competition in the market. But in April, we have we had 116,734 monthly views. All right, monthly subscribers, we had 2,200. Almost it was 1,100 down from the month before.
Yep.
Okay. Email subscribers, we had 1,557. And the month before we had 2,471. So that's down a little bit too, but that's still pretty good. And if we do the math on this real quick, I want to do the math. Those of you that have ever paid for leads, emails, if you've run any Facebook ads, typically, and I know this right now because I got buddies that are still running ads, $5 is cheap, and they're spending anywhere from $10 to $12 right now per email address. So I'm going to say $5 times 1557. That's $7,785 that we would have spent in ads. Okay. So right there, we're not figuring that in on the money that we've earned, but that's an asset to us. Okay. And right now we just crossed 10,000 subscribers, email subscribers. Okay. We actually got 30,000 subscribers for the YouTube channel. We just crossed that milestone, which is pretty awesome. AdSense this month was down as well, $804.48. And the crazy thing is we've talked about this. And if you look here, this is in December. December was the highest month because our views were up, but also part of that reason is because advertisers were spending more. So that's what people don't realize. They want to get to monetization and they think, okay, I'm going to get to monetization and I'm going to make money. Yeah, you'll make some money, but it's going to look like this. It's going to be all over the place. So imagine only having that as your revenue stream. And let's say that you had this your first month and you're like, cool, I'm going to quit my 9 to 5. And then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this last month, this happens, right? So you cut your salary in half. And there's really nothing you can do about it because your views went down. You can try like heck to get views up. But at the end of the day, even if your views are up, the RPMs might be lower. So it doesn't really matter. So anyway, this is still pretty good. And I believe we're going to get into the totals here, but I believe this is over $8,500 that the channel has earned so far on that. The Amazon commission, Scotty, what was that? I'm going to plug that in. I didn't write that down from before.
It was $37.89. $37.89.
All right. So we made $37.89 in Amazon commissions, which is okay. It's what, a dinner, a dinner at Chick-fil-A. And then StreamYard. Let me separate this a little bit. StreamYard was $11.24. Nothing big. But workshops and coaching, $11,980. Okay. Now this was one of our best months for that kind of revenue. And there's a reason for that. We have some people that have decided to do payment plans on some of our programs. So there's that. We've also rolled out it's a little membership thing called the Outliers Playbook, which is $10 a month. That's part of it. So we're adding these other avenues of revenue, and they're basically to assist people where they are or what they can afford. So this is all kind of lumped into workshops and coaching, but that's almost 12 grand right there. So our total for the month with AdSense money was $12,795. Now this month right here did the most, and that's because we had a better month here as well. And our AdSense money was up. It was right here. Okay. But with that being said, you're going to see the totals here in a minute, and it's pretty crazy. So that's how it shakes out. So had 100,000 monthly views, 116, less subscribers, less email, but we still had our email list of 8,500 at the time. Now it's 10,000 because we added 1,500. And this money went down. But because we had other revenue streams here, we were able to do almost our best month just from that. And if you took this, you're saying like, okay, that's over 10 grand. That's almost 10 grand. That's over 10 grand. That's under, but that's over. So you're talking 10 grand a month in just, 10 grand a month across all the months if we average them out. And if you did that over the course of 12 months, you're talking $120,000. There we are at our 6 figures. All right. So let me break down now. Let me go down here to the totals. So AdSense total was $8,572.37 to date. Amazon affiliates was $198.47. Now we could do better here eventually. StreamYard, we could do better there if we promote it, which we haven't even promoted these. These are just like buy products. vidIQ, haven't really promoted that at all. Workshops, $53,997.05. That's from also private coaching. Sponsors, we haven't even entertained sponsors yet, which we have that to look into. And in the future, we'll have that. That box will be filled. So total right now is $62,989.72. But let me just kind of show you what's happened already in May. May 1st through the 6th, we've already generated $84.69 for the month. Just from not from AdSense. That's just from the other things. So a total right now, if we were to total up to the date right now, we're at $71,458.72 from a channel that started 10 months ago. So I can guarantee you right now, pretty much, if you were to find a channel that had 30,000 subscribers that started 10 months ago, they're probably, if they're lucky, right here. They're making the AdSense money and that's it. Maybe a little bit here and here. This is why we say in the future, learn what your audience wants, build an email list, because all of this money right here, it came from email. It came from us sending emails. It didn't come from YouTube. It came from YouTube by collecting the email address, but it didn't come from us talking about it on YouTube. The only thing we ever talk about on YouTube is download the 100K roadmap, grab our hooks guide. That's it. Attend one of our upcoming free workshops. That's it. That's the only way you can join our email list. And when you jump on our email list, then we deliver value. We do these live streams for free on Tuesdays, and we build that relationship. That's why it's the A, attention, R, relationship, M is the money. And it took us, we started last May, I believe it was it our first video last May? So I think we're approaching the year mark that we posted our first video.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
I think we posted that video.
It was primarily shorts.
It was.
Yeah.
I think that video post, I want to say like May 13th or something like that.
Yeah. So my point is, you've got, let's say May, June, July, August. It took us 4 months to make our first dollar. And it was 190. Let's go back here. It was $182.52.
Yep.
All right. And then the following month, $561.92. That was it. Then we started to do some other stuff over here. All right. So I just want that to kind of sink in, because yes, people want it overnight, but we're thinking to ourselves 4 to 6 months before we really make any money.
Yep.
And then from there, it's going to start to level up. And as you can see, it's really starting to build over time. So my prediction is in the next 2 months, we'll probably be really close to hitting our $100,000. So we'll see. Come back here and check out the income report on the first Tuesday of every month. That's when we do these, by the way. And let us know, is this helpful? Do you want us to continue to share these income reports with you? Because if it is, we'll keep doing it. If it's not, we'll figure out something else to do. But if you are getting value from this, do us a favor and smash that like button. That would give us a little love on the channel, a little bit on this video, and it'll help us reach more people. Because what we're really trying to do here, guys, is we're really trying to, number one, inspire you, show you everything. So there's no like hiding anything. And to really show you that you don't need a massive channel to make 6 figures at this. But you do need to not just rely on AdSense. That's why we're big on the attention, build a relationship by showing up consistently on YouTube, building that email list, communicating through email, communicating through your community tab, and then making things available for people to buy, whether it's your products, whether it's affiliate products, whether it's sponsorships, like any of that stuff. So anyway, guys, that's what I got. Scotty, we got any questions on that?
Let's see. Someone said, I want to do this email list idea, but my niche is hard. I question it. But yes, this is very helpful. All right, real quick, what's your niche? Let's, because here's the thing too. I will say this, and I understand where some people can come from of how with some niches it is hard to, I guess, have something on the back end, because even though I do believe every niche has something, that there is a problem that needs to be solved in every niche. The biggest thing is there demand for that? And is there something that you could potentially sell on the back end of that is going to be of value, that's going to be worth someone in that niche, and that ultimately they're going to want and want to spend money on, because it's just, again, it's going to vary, but I still believe in, and I've done it, and I believe that you can, number one, collect emails through any niche. Doesn't matter. You can collect the emails. That should be, taken easy. It's just collect emails. That's not hard to do. The hardest part is knowing, what you're going to do in the back end. So that's why, like, even when we go into like a channel and, he's been doing this for, 15 plus years and has pivoted and done, multiple different niches, and all of them had, I wouldn't say an end goal, but a long-term vision of something that you knew was going to have some sort of value that you could end up selling on the back end eventually, that would be able to help you, your business. So you weren't relying on AdSense, because you just turned AdSense on your bigger channel only a few years ago. You weren't even relying on that at all. The main purpose of it was to get more eyeballs to what you were, talking about and teaching. So it can be hard, but I do think there is always something. It just might take you a little bit longer too to figure out what that is. And I want you to look at your videos as that as well. Like your videos, yes, I know you were trying to get views and you're trying to do this, which is great, but you want to use your videos as validation of what people in your niche are really interested in, and then finding that gap and that creating that bridge of helping them out in solving whatever problem it is that they are having in that niche. And how can you apply that into something that you could potentially sell, right? Because like everyone is, they need something to help them out, whatever it is, right? It could be you're into gardening. Guarantee there is a course down the road or a training or something that you could create of something with gardening that's going to help someone grow better tomatoes, right? That someone would buy. Now, they might not pay $1,000 for that, but it could still be something that you could make some more income on, whether it's a $10 little template that you have teaching people how to do that. And here's the thing too. I want you guys to understand this. We started this channel, again, 11 months ago, but we didn't start collecting emails till about 3 months in, 3 to 4 months in, I would say. And when we were collecting those emails, we did not sell anything until 5 or 6 months into the channel. The first, months that we started the email list was strictly just, we're going to give as much free out as we can.
It was in November. It was in November.
That's when but that's not when we collect the emails, but that's when we did
but that's when we first sold something. We sold a little workshop for $37.
Exactly. And it was low ticket, right? $37, right? Get people in the door. Also, it was another way for us to validate. Now it's like, you're always validating to make sure that there's an audience for what you have, right? So like, we didn't create a course before we even had that either. So it was like, we were kind of going through the steps of, first, can we get attention?
Oh, sorry. I thought I muted.
You muted. That's awesome. Anyway,
sorry guys, I'm a little under the weather. I just blew my nose. I thought I muted it. I apologize. This is how professional we are.
I'm gonna clip that. Now he's just audio, man. He's all messed up. Let me take over now. But no, so like, it's always validating that, right? So first is validating that there's an audience out there for what you're trying to talk about and share. And so that's where the views come in and the impressions and all of that people are going to be interested in it. The comments and the engagement shows that there's interest in it, right? Then having the free lead magnet, which is, like our hooks are 100K, which is, the free value we're giving, because we want to go above and beyond, right? We want to give you more than just what the surface level is, which is the video. We want to give you extra. And that's where we have these free templates we want to give out, because we want to show that we want to give you as much value as we can and give you free stuff, right? But even that, and then collecting the emails from that free lead magnet shows that there's interest. So again, we validated the interest again. Then we do a very low ticket offer, right? It could be a $10 product. It could be a $10 template. It could be like whatever. You're going to test that out. And what we did before we even launched it was we went to the email list and our YouTube channel and we said, hey, thinking about doing a workshop, just let us know if you're interested. Just comment interested or reply to this email and put interested. So that way we know, that this is something that is worth doing. And we got a bunch of responses. So again, we validated it before we even did it. Then we go out and did like what we call a pre-launch. So we started selling it before we even created it, started selling it. And that also validated, is people really going to buy this thing? Because if someone doesn't use their credit card, they ain't buying it. right? So
True.
we want to see the money in the account, so that way we know this is legit. People are actually
people are
interested.
voting with their credit card. They're not voting with just saying like, yeah, I'm in. And the reason why I know this, guys, is because I've done it before. I remember 10 years ago, I created a product. I spent 4 weeks, 5 weeks on it, putting together this great product that I thought everyone was going to love. And then I went out and I told everybody about it and I sold 2. You know, it's like, I said, I'll never do that again. So I always tell them about what I'm thinking about doing. And then I say, if you're interested, let me know. And then they'll say interested. And then I see if I get enough of those coming back through email. And then I basically say, okay, if we get 50 interests in people saying interested, I'll consider doing it. And then basically you just pre-sell it before you ever create it. And that's basically what we're doing.
And I just, because I saw someone say, please explain how to collect the emails and what it's for. And it's for building up your back catalog of, number one, people that are truly interested in what you have to talk about. And it's a more, I guess you're building more of a relationship with someone, rather than on the surface where they might come to your channel and subscribe and then leave, right? Like now I have someone in their email. If YouTube shut down tomorrow, I have these people for life, right? Not to mention, we're going to be emailing them throughout the week, not just for selling stuff, but giving value. We're going to give value. We're going to show some wins. We're going to show, we might give you, again, more value, a little extra thing. Maybe it's a title or whatever for us, in our case, right? Giving you a couple things to show you, we're trying to help you out as much as we can. So then when it comes to whenever we have something that we want to sell or give, that it's not like a slap in the face, like, oh, they just want my money. Because that's not true. We want the results. And that's what we tell people since day one on this channel. Yes, like, obviously we need to make a living in order to do this, but our whole goal is to get results for you guys to get results. And that helps us get results. And I think the biggest thing we're trying to preach on this channel is, and this is why we started from scratch. This is the real reason we started from zero, was to prove that, number one, you can build a channel from zero, from scratch in a year and build it into a successful business or successful channel and business,
right?
In that you don't need a lot of views, a lot of viral videos to make any sort of substantial money on YouTube. Guys, we go after one thing. We try to average 1,000 views a video. Yes, is it great if a video pops off? Absolutely. We call them micro viral videos. We aim for those. Absolutely. Our goal every video is to hit just 1,000 views. Until a lot of these gurus out there, they're teaching you to try to hit 1 million views every video. But we're showing you, I mean, look at the stats. We probably had our lowest, and actually, I'm going to go back to that real quick, Dad. This month was our lowest view month since back when we kind of started, right? Yet it's our second highest revenue month.
Right.
So I want you to take note of that. One of our less viewed months, and again, don't look at AdSense. Just look at the coaching and all that. It's our second highest month.
Right.
Right. So that alone just shows you that it's not about the views. It's about giving the value and hitting the right targeted audience that you're trying to hit and getting the right people. Even if it's only 500 people, but you're getting the right 500, they're going to be more loyal to you. And they're also going to appreciate what you have to offer. And you're getting the right people. These viral videos, 90% of them, they're there for the viral moment. That's all they're there for. They're not there for anything else.
Yep. All right. We got to do some rapid fire here. I did want to show the dashboard real quick because I wanted to show that title that I was alluding to in the very beginning. So let me go ahead and let me share this one instead. Let's go back to here. Yeah, right here. All right, cool. And yeah, so I mean, look at this too, guys. Like we just crossed 30,000 subs, which is pretty awesome. Actually, this month we're up for the last 28 days. So we're at 120,000 when before it was 116. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to show you, and actually, let me just do this real quick. We'll do this right on the fly. So let me see here. I always want to show you something. So this video right here, that thing was posted on January 28th. And it's still getting us views. Last 48 hours is 3,533 views, 65 views in the last hour. That thing was up to 100 plus just yesterday. and it's kind of going all over the place.
I
But
mean,
this,
you can see the spikes too, where it does go up.
yeah,
You
you
know,
can see it.
last 48.
But then right here, this is the one I wanted to share with you guys. So we used, because it worked very well before, is warning. So if you can put the word warning in the front of your title, and again, like it could be about you're playing Call of Duty and it's like warning, you know, don't turn, or don't use this whatever weapon. I don't know anything about Call of Duty, Scotty. You'd be better at that. But it's like,
yeah. No, it'd be You could do something like, you know, warning: don't slide cancel when going for a kill.
yeah, there you go.
Something
Right.
like
And so right away it's like warning. Or if it's a warning, don't use the dark fertilizer when trying to grow tomatoes. Right? Like something like that could work. Warning always gets attention. Now, I also think this thumbnail did pretty good because it's very, very bold. It's like, this setting killed my views. The word killed is underlined with red. So those are some reasons why that did well. But that video didn't start off that great. So let me just go into that video real quick because I think it's interesting. But if you look like right here, first, let's go first 24 hours. And you can see right here, it did okay. I mean, it wasn't great. And then it just has consistently been going up, 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 up. And if I go here to reach, here's the impressions. And the click-through rate is doing really good. And then look, there was my winner. But bottom line is this here where it says, let me go back here real quick, where it says, darn it. Let's see here. Go back here where it says warning. Try that. Like I would try it again. That's something that we repurposed. We'll use that one again. Okay. So that's like an outlier part of a title, which by the way, if you guys have not yet downloaded our little swipe file of our top 10 outlier titles that you can repurpose, reuse, kind of like we did right here, just go ahead and comment hooks and we'll send you a copy of that. Hooks in the comments, we'll send you a copy. And then, yes, you will become part of our email list and we will send you more about titles and we'll send you more about thumbnails and we'll send you more information about a workshop we might be doing. That's how you kind of stay in that world. The other thing I want to say about email is when you have someone on an email list, you're not battling with an algorithm. So it's like, I have direct access to that person now. When I post a video, yes, it's probably going to show up in your feed at some time, but you also have a lot of other distractions there. And so with email, you don't have that. And someone in the comments asked, they said, I thought you weren't supposed to send an email to your video. We're not saying we're sending it to the video. We're always going to wait a minimum of 7 days before we would ever send an email to a video. And a lot of times we just don't send an email to a video unless it's something we want to really highlight, but then it would still be 7 to 14 days later. Yeah. All right. So this, just to have some clarification there, but that's the title I wanted to share with you guys, because I think it's worth noting, because that one there was one of our better performers for the month. So if I go into here real quick and I go down here, you can see that one there was one that worked. Okay. So, and you can see, guys, I mean, not everything's a winner. This one here, 962 views. We're going to be at 1,000, but it's taken a while. Right? This one here, 429 views. Why? I don't know. I really don't.
Actually, I know why.
You do? Oh, yes. That's right.
That's right. We tested that one.
We do know. That was a test.
That was intentional.
Okay. Yes, that is the one that was intentional. And you know what, Scotty? I just realized this. This video was a spin-off of what we did here.
Yeah.
Aha. Look at that, guys. We're learning this right on the fly. This here was, we turned off the setting that said show to your subscribers or notify your subscribers. That's why. Got it.
Yep.
So we did that. And then we talked about it here. Yep. So that actually worked because this here didn't get views, but we were able to highlight it here. And then that got the views. Yep. Yeah, pretty good. 1,225 comments, 956 likes.
I will say too, like I told you, like our goal is just like 1,000 views for our thing. And you'll see like our videos, even the ones that don't perform as well, like a week later, like they'll end up getting to about 1,000. And we're totally fine with that. And here's the thing, even if it doesn't, we're just going to move on. We're going to move on to the next one, and we're going to shoot another one. And, keep testing. And that's what a lot of our videos do, is we just do a lot of testing things to kind of see. So number one, you guys know, but number two, we also know as well. We can kind of learn and talk about it and see what's working, what's not, and what things to try and what not. And I mean, it's a lot of our videos is kind of just like testing a bunch of different things. Yes, like the one right there is at 917 or whatever that number is. That's a podcast episode. Some of them too. Here's another thing, right? Is go back up. Yeah, that video, but the newest one of that is like terrible. It's like 600 views right now.
Right, but I wanted to highlight this one here, because this one here you posted and you're like, that video's a dog. It's not working.
Yep.
And what did I do here? Do you remember?
Yeah, you changed it to a how-to.
I changed it to a how-to.
Yep.
And
that's what I was going to talk about. Yeah, how-to.
Yep. And if we look at it right here, like, let me go back here. First 24. Look, it was underperforming.
Yep.
The whole time. And then I went and did that. And then look, from here, bingo.
Yep.
Way up. Right. And the cool thing about this is eventually this is going to turn into a search related topic. How to make
I wouldn't be surprised if that video doesn't hit like 20K. Like it's going to get up there. Right now it's just kind of, it still hasn't even really gotten pushed yet. To go back to the oh yeah, right there. Perfect. Hit see more.
Right here.
Yep. Because it hasn't even gotten pushed to search yet, barely.
Right here.
Yeah, look at only 292 impressions, only 19 views from it so far for search.
Yep.
Guarantee, and I'm going to say it now. Hopefully we can go back and reference this. This video in like 6 months from now, it's going to be around 20K. And I'm actually going to show you an example. Dad, go out of this real quick and go to, do it by date. Do it by date.
Date.
Top. Yep. Yep, scroll down. Yep, right there. One is 23. Yep, right there. Okay. This is how, it's not how to, but how to. This is search based.
Yep.
Okay. And look
at how question.
It's a question.
Yep.
The search is 88 or 86.6.
Yep.
I can't see, it's kind of blurry. But yeah, anyway. And look at that thing still cranking. I didn't even look at 219 views in the last 48 hours.
Look at that.
Hey, Dad, why don't you go to the first 24 hours and show them what this thing was at? That's
impressions.
7 views.
Yep.
7 views in the first 24 hours. Okay. And then go to now, obviously, because I don't think you can do like 7 days or anything like that. But look at even that's 72 days. It hasn't even hit 1,000 views yet. Right? We're at a month and a half now, hit 1,000.
There you go.
Now it's cranking. We're in the search. So, yes, do we talk a lot about outlier titles and using that? Absolutely. I also think you need to sprinkle in some of the search base, the how to, how much, like any of those search based terms, because that's the long term, right? You're going to have some of those videos that might take 6 months to a year to take off, but they're going to gradually just keep going, right? And they're just going to just like the warning one, even that one's starting to go, right? It's over 20,000 views. That one again, eventually, give it a year, might hit over 100,000 because it's just steadily increasing.
Well, that's another thing that we'll be talking about in another live stream. Probably is that we're gonna start going after how-tos as a bucket, because that's a longer term play. Like right now, that video is just going to continually produce, even if it's only 100 views a day.
Yep,
it's 100 views a day that are just coming in organically, and I mean, it's all free, right? It's like every time you're getting views, and you're going to be able to get email addresses from videos, and people are going to watch that video and go to another video. So that's always good. All right. So, guys, if you want that 100K roadmap that we talked about, just put 100K in the comments. All right. If you do that and you don't get a response from us, just go in the description and we should have added it by then. But just go ahead and put 100K in the comments. And that is going to wrap up our call. Now, if you are part of our creators video lab, we have a call that's going to be happening at 5 o'clock in about 25 minutes. So I am going to take a little break and get a little more stuff from my nose. As you can tell, it's getting even more stuffy. So takes a little bit more medicine. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. Also for being part of this income report, because we're going to look back at this income report 6 months from now. We're going to be over $100,000 and then some, and you're going to be able to kind of see it all in real time. So, and that's the cool thing. We're doing this for ourselves too, because that way there we can go back and go, oh, where were we August of 2024? Oh, where were we in November? What was our month like then? Oh, here's our month now. And we can kind of go back and kind of keep tracking this stuff. All right. So that is going to wrap it up. I want to thank you guys. Do us a favor though. Smash the like button. And if you've gotten any value from this at all, let us know in the comments. What was a big takeaway for you? And what are you going to implement from watching this? Let us know that in the comments. All right, guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, and we'll see you in the next video.